Welcome to the World of Rare Disease, a show that focuses on awareness and education about rare and complex disorders. My name is Lisa Deck, and I'm a Rare New England committee member and your host for today's show. Today, our show features Anna Laurent. Anna is a young rare disease patient who currently serves as the head of programs and initiatives for Our Odyssey, a new rare disease nonprofit organization for young people. Today's show will look at Our Odyssey and share more about the organization with our viewers. We are thrilled to welcome Anna here to our show.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Excellent. So let's start right at the beginning. What is Our Odyssey?
Yes. So Our Odyssey is a nonprofit. We turned a year old. We're a little baby. We turned a year old in the beginning of June, and we are all about providing social and emotional support to young adults between 18 and 35 in the hopes of improving their quality of life. Yeah.
Awesome. And you yourself are a patient, so I didn't know if you want to just mention that briefly for our viewers of this show.
Yes, yes. So I'm 25, I'm a young adult, and I have Alagille syndrome, which is a rare genetic disorder. It can affect all the major organ systems in the body with a wide variety of severity. And so for me in particular, it affects my liver and my kidneys, and I have a chronic itch because of it. So it feels like I'm covered head to toe mosquito bites all the time. It's as much fun as it sounds.
It does not sound very much fun at all.
No.
But I wanted to ask a little bit about your role with the new organization and kind of how it all came about.
Yeah, so I am like you said, I'm the head of programs and initiatives. And so I am over our different components. And so those components are meetups, which is all about building a community within young adults who are impacted by rare and chronic conditions. And then I'm also over our volunteers. And then I'm also over initiatives is kind of a broad word for a reason. So I'm also over, really cultivating different relationships, both in the rare and chronic communities, and really getting our mission and our name out there, trying to reach as many young adults as we can. I actually started as a volunteer last summer. So summer 2019, and the co-founder, Seth Rotberg, he and I connected a couple years ago, and he was actually the first young adult that I had ever connected with who didn't have my condition, but had a different rare disease. And we both connected over the same kind of struggle of finding resources just for young adults. And so Seth worked with a couple different other young adults and about, do we need to make a nonprofit? Is this the thing that we should do? And then we did. And so I, as soon as it became a nonprofit, I text Seth and I was like, hello, I would like this resource for myself. And so I would like to help in any way I can and make it to where there's resources available sooner rather than later because I want this. Yeah.
I totally understand. I think it's awesome because, you build it, people will come, and you know what you need and what others need. So talk to me a little bit about the benefits of the organization. What are some of those initiatives that really are providing things for young adults?
Yes, so really that huge piece that we've really focused on primarily starting out is really building community and connection and hope. And so we do that through these meetups. And so we call them meetups because we're not a support group, we're not a counseling group. It's really just about that informal, organic connection. And so we started with in-person meetups, more in the northeastern part of the U.S. That's where Seth is. And so Boston, in Philly, in D.C., and just started inviting young adults who are impacted to just get together and connect. And so then, we've had them at the Global Genes Conference, and then that has now turned into virtual meetups, right? Because, something else is we know that not everyone can get out and about, especially right now during COVID. But, not everyone can get out and about. It's not easy. Accessibility is a whole thing, right? And so to be as accessible as possible, we've launched virtual meetups in this year. And so that's something else that we're doing. We had originally planned on only doing one a quarter in 2020, but the global health crisis kind of kicked us in the butt and was like, that's a cute idea. No, you should do a lot more, a lot sooner. We were like, all right, we can do it. And so beyond that, what we also do is really amplify the voices of young adults. So we have a blog on our website where young adults can share either their whole story, or they can share an aspect of being a young adult, whether it's navigating a career or relationships, and how their rare or chronic condition kind of impacts that. And then also, a big part of our Odyssey is that we're not in competition with anyone. We do not need to be the experts on every rare disease and every chronic condition. Goodness knows that would never happen anyway. But so what we also do is we partner with other organizations to help them provide that young adult support to their community without having to build it from the ground up, right? Not having to reinvent the wheel. And so we've partnered with a couple different organizations to do that, which has been absolutely amazing. And I think that's everything. I had a list in my head. I think I got it all.
Okay, well, if not, we can come back to it. So I was going to ask, how is Our Odyssey handling COVID? So I think you touched upon that, just kind of moving from actual meetups to virtual, correct?
Yes. So yeah, no, I can touch on that more. To be honest, like I said, it was going to be one a quarter, and no, we we knew that isolation is already something, and loneliness is already something that a lot of young adults deal with when they have these conditions. And that's not even adding a global health crisis. And so, we really wanted to make sure that no one felt alone. And so starting like in the middle of March, we started having weekly virtual meetups every single week. And it got to the point where we now have regulars, and now they're getting upset sometimes because they're filling up, and like, I was there from the beginning, it's filling up, and it's a wonderful problem to have. And so now we've moved to having a couple different meetups. So we have some that are during the day, we have some that are in the evenings, and launching. And so launching next month, we're also going to be starting topic-specific meetups. And so really focusing on particular topics that young adults want to sign up for and learn more about. And so, with COVID-19, it's really just been about making sure that no one is completely isolated and alone. Our meetups are free. I should have said that earlier. They're completely free. We don't charge anything. Literally all you need is to be able to access Zoom, and you can join us.
Awesome. So the next question, you got the questions down. Talking about the future plans for Our Odyssey, and I know we're kind of in the middle of COVID and this crisis, so things are changing every day. But is there anything you wanted to touch upon that you look forward to doing besides specific topic meetups? Because obviously that is something you just mentioned.
Yes. So yeah, that is a big part of our future. Because 18 to 35 is quite a range, right? Within that age, you have some young adults that are just leaving high school that might be trying to pursue college. You have some that might be starting a family, and everything in between. And so, we really acknowledge that and know that, for some, navigating their career might be something they're doing right now. For others, it might not be. They might even want to think about that. And so, we've got a list of different topics that our young adults have told us about. So we're going to be covering in the next couple months, navigating your career, relationships, boundaries, meditation and mindfulness, going back to college and school right now during all of this, health stuff that's going on. Something else that we're also doing is we're also developing a training to be able to train young adults to be able to facilitate these meetups. So not only for me and Seth, so that someone else could do these for our Odyssey, but also so we can train them to be able to bring them to their own rare disease community. Because, the whole point is for it to be run by young adults for young adults. And so those are kind of the big pieces. There's some other things that are in the works, but, I'll save that for later.
Excellent. I love it. It's all new, exciting ideas. And, people who want to make it happen. And so I think that's just fabulous, because I think the power and the energy helps each other. And then you just keep building and you see, what do you need? Let's build it. And I love that.
Yes.
So this is a tough question. What is your favorite initiative of?
Oh man, I have to say the virtual meetups. Um, I'm very lucky, just personally where I'm at. I have a really amazing support system here. But I've had to self-isolate, as have many, many others. And so, just through the virtual meetups, for myself personally, not even representing our Odyssey, I have made some truly amazing friendships over the course of these months when I have had to be physically alone. And like, it brings tears to my eyes. I think that's just so beautiful and amazing that during something so terrifying and scary and full of unknowns, that we're still able to help people connect and to make new friendships and cultivate, and find empowerment and all of these things. And so that's my favorite by far. I just love it. Just love it.
Well, I think it's awesome. And I'm sure you bring, happiness and share to others, because you're doing it to me. And, ours is just a discussion, not a support group in a sense. So here's an opportunity. Can you tell us, what should somebody do if they want to get involved with Our Odyssey? Because it
Yes.
sounds as though it is really a group of young adults starting this from the ground up and willing to have anybody help and be part of it. So please tell us
Yes.
how you can do that.
Yeah, for sure. So that's the first thing, is that, you don't have to be a young adult in order to get involved. We, like you just said, we're figuring this out as we go. We've got some amazing, amazing, just trailblazers and leaders, both in the rare disease and nonprofit sector, on our board and on our advisory council. And so we don't know everything. And so, whether you're an older adult, or anything like that, really volunteering is kind of the biggest way to really get involved. And so you can go on our website, ourodyssey.org, and really just look into getting into volunteering. Another way is just sharing our content. Our biggest thing right now is trying to make sure young adults know about us and know that we exist, and know that we're a resource. And so that can be as simple as signing up for our newsletter. That's a huge one too, to be able to keep up with what we're doing. Also, if you are a young adult or a young adult, really connecting them with us. If they want to share their story, they can write a blog post for us. And with volunteering, we're always looking for people who have marketing skills, or who want to help with volunteers, whatever. Basically, if you want to give to the mission, that's really all we are looking for. It's just passion, and we'll help you. We'll help plug you in. Like, that's not really the concern. We can find a way.
Excellent. Well, I love this. I love that this organization exists. I think it really is, filling a need that exists out there for young adults. And I have said this a million times, but I wish it existed when I was a young patient. So I do tell lots of young patients about it when I'm talking to them, because I think having that support is critical, and you all are doing that. So I just love it. I want to say thank you for being here. I think that's lots of information, and going to Our Odyssey website, you can find out more.
Yes. Yes.
And with that, I am going to close our show. But before closing, we would like to explain to you our new Rare New England in Motion segment. We are going to be showcasing this video live on Facebook on July 13th at 5 p.m. We will show the video, and then our show guest, Anna Laurent, and members of the Rare New England staff will be online to answer any viewers' questions. Please mark your calendar and tune in to this live screening. Rare New England in Motion is the perfect way to expand upon our mission of engaging with our community. That is our show for today. And again, I want to say a great big thank you, Anna. You and your energy are a blessing to this community and to Our Odyssey.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been such a great time.
Awesome. Well, from all of us here at Rare New England and all the patients and families who keep rare disease in motion, please remember that when you hear hoofbeats, think horses, and then think zebras. Thank you.